You see how much space I got? All right.
What?
All right. Here we go. Here we go.
Monday, January 4th, fresh off a very successful Winners Fist Ceremony celebration. Tell them what they won, Johnny. Bragging rights for the whole year and a 20 trip to Acapulco. Now here they are, the undefeated, undisputed, just cool-ass guys that tell you how it is. Kyle Forrester and the Latin Lion himself, Eli Cantu, presenting R-Rated Radio. Fight fans, here we go, here we go.
Here we go, here we go. So to just recap this weekend's event at KOP, from what the matchmaker tells me, Matt, it was an amazing show. There was a lot of just competition, a lot of great fights this weekend, both from female and from male artists. So I mean, I'm just I'm happy to be going over this, happy to be covering this show, and happy to have shows that are willing to cooperate with us and hand us this info. So here I have the results for this weekend's show at KOP. And I'm just going to go down and read them down one at a time. We have Zach Wright defeated Mikey Hill. Nate Williams defeated Deontay Smith. Bradley Hammonds defeated Jordan Welsh. Zach King defeated Maurice Montgomery. Lee Siersma defeated Brian Hawkins. Santos Farias defeated Bahati Hassan. Johnny Hollywood defeated Mike Myers. Nate Kine defeated Sean Anotai. Mike Cross defeated Andre Carter. Mike Taylor defeated Brian Skitskill. Brett Martin defeated Lawrence Bond. Aurelia Cisneros defeated Katie Kalin. Chet Kidder defeated Gilbert Reyna. Jordan Sullivan defeated Robert Thomas. Jen Straziar defeated Dina Dime to become the new KOP 115-pound title holder. Brooke Martin defeated Amelia McKinney to become the new KOP 185-pound female champ. Sean Rosencrans defeated Austin Jerding in the co-main event to retain his 135 title. Jamal Hill knocked out Dylan Agney out in the main event. So out of all these fighters, we have both Jamal Hill and Sean Rosencrans as the fighters of the week. So we're going to have, after the show's over, we're going to have a poll on Facebook that's going to go on till Friday, and we give you, the fans, the people watching, a chance to contribute once again to this voting process. So we will be voting for Jamal Hill and Sean Rosencrans this week for the fighter of the week. Out of the females, we have Brooke Martin and Aurelia Cisneros. Aurelia Cisneros, who will be joining us here in a few seconds to talk about her fight this weekend. But that is it as far as the fighters go. And let me read off the staff that participated in this event, because like I said, Winners Fist, recognizes the hard work that the fighters do, but we also recognize all of our staff, because we would not have a show or be there without them. So here we go. Referee Vance Swarton and Cody Stamen. Timekeeper Diana Plant. Announcer David Clifford. Judges Kevin Klutwick, Ryan Romaine, and Jacob Butler. Ring girl Brandy Schultz, Rochelle Fartenbacher, and Shelby Pock. Medic David Chartan. And our DJ was Jack Vanderbold. So congratulations and salute to all these participants, fighter or staff, that were in part of this KOP's event this weekend. Great job to everybody. And like I said, everybody that's listening right now, please help to contribute to this voting process for the Fighter of the Week. Again, Jamal Hill and Sean Rosencrantz will be competing for that Fighter of the Week for the male. And Brooke Martin and Aurelia Cisneros will be competing for the Fighter of the Week on the female side. So be looking out for those posts on our group page. We have the Winners Fist, the voting group. So it's the club. I called it the Winners Fist Club now. So just log into that and just be looking out for those. Johnny, can you tell us anything more about this weekend's event from your perspective?
Well, one thing I'd like to comment on.
I meant to talk about the Winners Fist, not the actual promotion.
Yep.
KOP, but.
Yep, I was actually on a big project. It was a really huge project in my real job. I announced on the weekends, and my real job, I weld pipe for a living. But basically, I had a big job that we had to get done in such a small time frame, so I'm off like an 88.5-hour work week, and that's no joke. So I didn't get a chance to go over there to the Knockout Promotion show. I probably would have, because they put on a great show. No matter how you slice it or dice it, there's a lot of talent there. So that was great. But one thing I would like to comment on, I did see the podcast when you had Dave DeClifford on, and I'll tell you what, him and I, we've had our beef in the past. For whatever reason, that's not really any concern at this point. But the main thing is that we march forward. I mean, I respect him as an announcer, and I don't know what happened, but he is just seems to me like a very humble guy. I congratulate him on the birth of their child. It was really, really cool. And he had nothing but great things to say on your podcast. And I'll go on record to say, David Clifford, he can hit them notes, man. I mean, I can't even do it. He's got them voices. That voice is just like, he can get like up there beyond the clouds where the people in the jets can hear this guy. I mean, this guy is no joke. And I have nothing but respect for this guy. And I'd like to pay tribute to him and congratulate him publicly on his victory. I did it on his Facebook page. But one thing I read across like some of the comments, and it's some of the stuff like, hey, who was this Johnny Ortiz guy? And I'm not about that. I'm about, just kind of staying humble. It's not easy to be an announcer. I mean, no matter whatever you think, out there in the podcast world or the fans, there's a lot of stuff that goes on that the fans don't see, and that's our job as an announcer, a seasoned announcer, to make sure these fans and fighters don't see that headache stuff. But we go through a lot, and we get to shows, but sometimes it's not prepared well, and so we have to sort everything out and make sure that we have the best show possible, because ultimately you are the face of that promotion. So hats off to Dave Clifford. He deserves the Winners Fist Award for 2015, but I'll tell you what, baby, look out for 2016, because Johnny, here we go. No, he's just a good dude. So all the announcers, everybody out there, Phil Davey, I mean, he's a stud. Dave Clifford, Carol, you got everybody out there. Carl, he's a stud. There's not too many announcers in Michigan. So for all of us to be surviving in the announcers world, or just to be labeled as an announcer, that's pretty damn awesome. And as far as all the promoters and everything else, you had such a Jackie, the photographer. You had such a great response. And as Dave said on the podcast earlier, he said, all of the fan support out there, whether it be the cage girls, the best promoter, the announcer, anything, medics, timekeepers, it was just amazing. So the feedback was just incredible. And you took it one step further with the other categories that you introduced this year. And as Dave said, you're going to have your little glitches, but you didn't give up. You guys just kept charging forward, and man, I'll tell you what, look at the response. So great job on your guys' behalf. So great job.
Well, yeah, I mean, the tough roads come in any aspect of the MMA game. Whether you said, whether you're an announcer, a matchmaker, a fighter, we all encounter tough spots on the road, but we remember why we're doing this. I remember the reason that I'm up here and going through this. What would I say? Just can't find a word for it, but just the obstacles. The obstacles it takes for us to carry out our plans. When we remember the reason, and I remember the reason that I'm doing this is to congratulate and to highlight everybody's hard work. Now, so when you encounter problems, but you remember that this is the reason you're doing it. I mean, it's hard to stop me. It's hard to stop somebody that really wants to present recognition out there. So, and what you said, Johnny, right now is perfect. Exactly what this Winner's Fist is supposed to and wants to influence. How you described your how can I say, I don't want to say it, but it is kind of like an opponent, because we are all opponents against each other, but what I'm trying to do is have this go in a positive direction instead of having beefs and this slandering on Facebook over each other's names. We work hard for our names, we work really hard to keep a good name, and for it to be slandered on Facebook and diminished, it's not what I would like for the game to be like. We work so hard for our name.
Yep, and if I could kind of respond to that, it was cool because some of the comments on, like for example, on the announcers page, they've actually kind of jumped in there and said, hey, listen, Johnny O is awesome too, as it was Trevino, I think it was,
yeah,
and also Phil. Yep, exactly. And also Phil Davey. And you got Michael Skipnosis out there. There's another one. I mean, there's just a handful of announcers in the announcers category, but there's just a handful of announcers that actually make it. I mean, because I was calling on tickets. I went out to broadcasting school back in 1989. I didn't want to be a DJ. That's what I was actually. Man, you got the voice. Tell them what they won, Johnny. A sunny trip to Acapulco. Well, I didn't want that. There was so much competition. Guys were stabbing each other in the back, and that wasn't me. That's not me. So I flew back to Michigan from Phoenix, Arizona, and I didn't do anything for years. About 10 years ago, I was calling on tickets, and the guy asked me if I ever done any announcing. And next thing you know, he asked me if I would have a sit-down with these are the promoters, the owners there, and the rest is history. I mean, that's how I got started. But it's like, and I always try to give back, no matter what it is. I mean, my big thing is the veterans, but I try to give back to benefits. Whatever a voice can be used to raise money, because I'm not right, man. I'll be out there and stuff, and I'll be on shows and stuff. It's like, well, what's the benefit for? What's the 50-50 for? It's for this. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll take the Kings girls and say, hey, listen, girls, we got to go around. I'll follow right behind you. Check it out, folks. If you want to take part of this great cause right here, good people, great cause, put your hands in the air. I'll tell you what, folks, and that's what it's all about is just making a difference, changing lives, man. That's what it's all about. And for Dave Clifford to actually defend the other announcers, man, I'll tell you what, Dave, my hat's off to you, brother, because, man, I'm just going to sit back. I'm going to do my shows, and he told me, he says, you know what? We'll see you at the case, brother. I said it before. Wouldn't that be cool if we had an event where we had every announcer? I mean, I'm seeing all the big announcers there. Let's have the Phil Davey. Let's have the Dave Butcher. Let's have the Johnny O. Let's have these guys in one show, man. You're talking about a powerhouse? That's a show. The Carl Russells, man. I mean, that's what it's all about, brother. And you know what? This category in the Winner's Fist brings us closer together. Whatever the classification with the ring girls and everything else, because the Chelseas and the Shelbys and everybody else, all these cage girls, and the Matt Frendos and the Jim Overleys and the Chris Hazeltons. Everybody knows who we are, and that's the best part. It brings everybody together. And I'll tell you what, the competition. Why do I feel like Hulk Hogan right now? I'll tell you what, brother. There is so much stuff out there that it's like, man, and you know what? You're bringing a lot of people together. So you and Kyle, man, I'll tell you what, hats off to you, man. You guys are awesome.
Thank you. We appreciate that,
Thank you,
boss.
Johnny.
We appreciate that, and I mean, we appreciate the energy. Like you're saying, you feel like Hulk Hogan, and that's exactly what the kind of attitude announcers should embody. Because, like you said, you guys carry the show. You are the voice of the show. So, you know, with that being said, that motivational, that Hulk Hogan voice, you know what I mean? That's exactly the type of mood that you need to have to be a good announcer. You got to have that what it takes to pump the crowd up, you know, to make something out of nothing, make a flaw or a mistake sound funny, or make an exciting part that just happened in the fight just sound even more, you know, great from what it was. I mean, just because of the way you said it, you know. So that's all in and goes in good and great announcing. I have a caller calling in right now. I'm gonna take. So Johnny O, thanks for opening up the show for us, and I'll see you here in a little bit.
I'll tell you what, try on Eli Chantuti, undefeated, undisputed, and Johnny O, here we go, here we go. We'll see you at the end, boys.
All right,
Thanks,
boss.
Johnny.
I had a caller calling in. I haven't saved all my numbers, so I wasn't exactly sure who it was. It should be Aurelia. I'll go ahead and return the phone call, see if I catch her in a good time.
Hello.
Aurelia Cisneros.
Yeah, this is her.
All right, this is the Already Radio. This is Eli Cantu and Kyle Forrester. Thanks for coming on.
I'm good. It's at work.
All right, well, let's just talk about this weekend's fights. Before I let you give your take, let me just tell you a little bit of what I seen. What I seen on Facebook. Hats off to you and everybody that competed this weekend. Why? Because it was New Year's week, and for everybody, I mean, us as athletes, we know what it is to make sacrifices. So to us, to most of us, it's not a big thing not to go and get fucked up on New Year's, you know, for a fight, you know, and we know that that's more important. But, you know, just to let everybody know, you know, that's a big sacrifice, you know. It's a lot of you know, it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of discipline to just stay focused and keep your mind on the road ahead of you. So salute to you and hats off for having that discipline and going through it with this fight. I will say this though, I nominated you for this Winner's Fist Award show, right? But I thought you were a professional. I thought you were pro, and that's just salute because of the way you carry yourself. I see you on Facebook and the way you just handle your camp and everything, man. It's like you're a pro. So hats off to you for the way you present yourself as an athlete, and I'm just happy to have you on the show. I mean, what's your take on this weekend?
Thank you. Let me first just say that I do not drink at all. I do not party.
All right, for the record,
100%. So it was easy to not go out and drink and party because that's not something I do.
It was hard for me to watch.
Also, the dieting, you know, Christmas, that was kind of hard, but I was able to do it and stick to my diet, make weight, and, you know, show up for my fight. Also, I am an amateur. I'm 4-0 now. So, not looking to go pro anytime soon. I want to continue to gain more experience in the cage. I fight under Mercy Lago, head coach Joaquin.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, it's I've been with them since I started about a year and a half ago. So I've had no prior experience at all either.
Tell me a little, or tell us a little bit about that. How did you get started in the game? What made you pick up the interest? And I mean, tell us the whole scoop. I mean, in a few words, if you can.
Someone came up to me and was like, "You look like a fighter." I was like, "Yeah, I grew up fighting in high school, and you know." And she had mentioned this gym, which was Mercy Lago, and told me to go check it out, and I did, and automatically I fell in love with MMA. I felt like this is my passion, this is what I'm supposed to do in life, so I continued doing it, and I trained every single day, and I told myself I want to fight. So I push myself every day, and now I'm fighting.
So what would you describe yourself as? Like, are you a stand-up fighter? Do you prefer the ground? I mean, what do you prefer?
Well, as you can see, Saturday was nothing but stand-up. But my prior fights, I finished them basically on the ground within less than a minute. I won 2 of my fights with arm bars and one with a standing guillotine choke, and that was all in less than a minute. I've never had to stand up with anyone before, and my opponent, Katie, she gave me that was a great fight. I give big props to her. She had huge heart, strong head. She wouldn't go down, and she didn't give up. So that fight opened my eyes to show me that I can stand up with somebody as well as be on the ground. I would say I'm a freestyle fighter.
That's what's up. I saw your day after pick. It wasn't too shabby there. I mean, I think it was only like
I got a little blue, just a little bit under my eye, a little thing on my lip, but that's it. Not too bad. Well, when I first slipped in the beginning, I slipped. I don't know. The cage was pretty wet. She got me a couple times on the ground, a good hit, maybe 2. But once I got up on my feet, I was ready to bang.
I heard that. So this fight went all the way to decision?
Yeah, it went all full 3 rounds decision.
And take me through the rounds. How was the first one different from the third?
The first round, like I said, I slipped within 2 seconds as soon as the bell rang, and I knew I had to get back on my feet. And once I got back on my feet, I didn't want to throw any more kicks because I was nervous I was going to fall to the ground again. So I decided I'm just going to stand up and use what I know and what I've been practicing at Murcielago. And I was listening to my coach, both my coaches, Leroy and Joaquin, just telling me, move around, stay away from the cage, and keep in the center. After the first round, my adrenaline was trying to tell me, and my mind was trying to tell me I was tired. But like going into second and third round, I was good. I wasn't tired anymore, and I was just ready to win. You
got that second win in you.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's
definitely.
What's up. Well, I mean, that's great to hear, man. I've always heard nothing but great things about Joaquin at Murcielago and the whole squad. You got great people on your camp that, I mean, take the game serious and are striving big, man, making big strides. Like, Daquan, we had him on the radio last week. So I mean, you got a good squad on you. What are your plans? I know you're not trying to go pro immediately, but
yeah, definitely. Working with Daquan, like you just said, working with Joaquin, working with Peterson, Andy, working
go ahead
with
and show your coaches.
Working with Harris. Coach Harris, he's a world champion kickboxer. Andy Peterson, he's a master in jiu-jitsu, and then Leroy Ortega. I've been with him for a while. He's awesome boxing and also conditioning coach. And Joaquin shows you different. He expanded my boxing to a new level. He showed me new things, and obviously showed in my fight. And also I get to work with pros, like Troy Lamson, Daquan. These pros are out there, being noticed. And for me to have that privilege as an AMI to work with pros, that only makes myself better. So eventually, I do want to go pro, and once I go pro, I'm looking for the bigger picture. I'm looking for that big show, and I do want to, one day I can see myself in Invicta, and eventually I do want to go to the UFC, and I know with my team I can definitely make it.
Okay. Well, I heard that. I mean, that is without a doubt a fact. It's definitely a possibility, especially with the support system you have behind you or under you. So, I mean, just salute to you and to all your goals. I'm definitely gonna. We as a show are definitely gonna have our eye on you here in the short future. I got a few questions. You don't mind me asking you a few questions just to get to know you a little bit?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Let me ask you this. What is your weapon of choice? It's a popular question. It doesn't have to be physical. It could be a metaphor or anything else. What is your weapon of choice?
Weapon of choice, like if I'm in the cage, like what do I look for?
Yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you how you want to answer it, either in the cage
Okay,
or in
so
real
my
life.
weapon of choice in the cage, honestly, it's every fighter is different.
Right.
I just go off my opponent. I read them and I go off what they're trying to do, and I'll just counter it. Like I said, I'm a freestyle fighter, so I can stand up and I can work the ground.
Okay. Well, what about outside of the cage? If somebody, you were getting into a physical, or not physical, but verbal disagreement or anything of that nature, without resorting to any physical, what's your favorite mental tool, if you will?
I stay away from conflict. There's no way I would.
There you go.
I don't go out, like I said. There's no reason for conflict. Maybe if I was hanging around bars and around crazy drunks or something like that, then there would be conflict. But I don't put myself in those situations.
Well, good answer. Good answer. What is the biggest misconception of you? The people get you
people
wrong.
People are scared to come up to me,
Yeah, I get the same thing.
After my fight, they're so intimidated. And, like, some of my fans, they'll message me on Facebook and tell me, I really wanted to come say hi, or I really wanted to come take a picture with you, but I was just too scared, Honestly, I'm a nice, humble person. There's nothing to be scared of. That person that's in the cage is only in the cage. Outside of the cage, I'm a whole different person. There's a softer side to me, and I'm a people person. So there's no reason for people to be intimidated.
Gotcha. I feel the same way. I mean, just to kind of go off of what you're saying. I mean, I get the same thing. I'm sure a lot of us do as fighters. Let me move to the next one. If money didn't matter, what would you do with your life?
If what didn't matter?
If money didn't matter.
If money didn't matter?
Right.
What would I do in my life? Well, right now, money doesn't matter in my amateur career. Still fighting. It's not about money.
Right.
So
right.
I would continue fighting.
Okay.
And training.
I heard that. Let me put this because I have a list of questions here, but let me ask you a good question. Something maybe if you haven't, maybe you could give it some thought. I always have like a plan B for the guys that I manage or the people I coach, and that is something on the side. Now, us as fighters, we're training, so we're training, tough, and we could either get hurt in a fight or we could get hurt during training. God knows what's going to happen. And a simple, knee injury could take us out for a while, if not forever, if it's severe enough. Now, with that being said, all of the hard work that we put into our name to build up our name and everything, so that wouldn't go to waste. Is there something in the MMA culture and the MMA as a business that interests you? Something that maybe if you weren't, if some, God forbid, but if something were to happen, is there a part of the business in the MMA that you would partake in?
It's like my plan B, correct? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, right.
If anything. Okay. Well, let me just say go green because I am a MSU student.
That's what's up. I like you even more. Spartans.
I graduate with my BA in criminal justice May 16th, or May 2016. Sorry. So here in a few months, actually.
Good for you.
I'm also a mother of one, so it takes a lot. School, being a mother, and training. But like I said, MMA is like that's my passion. But if all fails and God doesn't want me to follow this plan anymore, then I plan on working with juveniles in the juvenile system. Awesome.
Wow, yeah. we have real similar career paths there. I could definitely relate to somebody like you. But I mean, thanks for calling in today. I'm glad R-Rated Radio got to know you a little bit better, and I guess before we let you go, I know you're probably busy. Do you have anybody you want to shout out? Your team, anybody out there that's in your support system that has helped you?
Honestly, my team has helped me the most. Murcielago, all my coaches, which I mentioned earlier, my teammates, my mom, my dad, my daughter, they all push me, to continue this path. So, but
awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. No, well, thank you for calling in and taking the time to be with us today.
All right, thank you. You guys
so
have a good night.
Just before I let you go, so
Yeah.
you are nominated for the best fighter of the week. So what I'm doing is we're gonna do this show weekly, and I'm gonna get all the data from the shows, from the weekend show, whether it be Friday or Saturday, and I'm gonna let the promoter decide who he nominates for the best fighter of the week. Now, what I'm asking the promoters is to give me 2 males and 2 females. So you and Brooke Martin were nominated by Matt Frendo to be our women fighter of the week. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I just want to let you know that, so you could just promote that and try to have as many people as vote on there as you can. You familiar with our page where we do the voting at, right?
No, but I'm sure Matt will tag me into something.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, whatever works. But yeah, tell people to go vote for you, and the voting are going to go till noon on Friday. So,
okay.
Just to let you know.
Right,
but yeah,
thank you.
Thanks again for being on.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Aurelia Cisneros, great up and coming amateur fighter out of Murcielago. Definitely shouts out to her. Great combatant in this weekend's event. As we were talking, I missed another call. This is kind of getting popular. I'm calling people back here playing phone tag. I'm assuming this is.
Hey, hello.
Hello, this is the R-Rated Radio. Who is this?
Hello.
Yes, sir. This is the R-Rated Radio. Who are we speaking to?
This is Doug Gallegos.
Doug Gallegos. How are you doing, my man?
Doing pretty good so far.
Well, me and Kyle were following the post here, and you were leading for a while, and you and Van Swarten were neck to neck there in the polls.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I woke up that morning, and I didn't realize the voting had started. And halfway through the day, there I saw that Vance and I were going back and forth. So yeah, that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, especially 2 big names. I've had the pleasure of knowing you a number of years now, and you've made tremendous amount of work, man. You've worked for many promotions now, and really got your name out there. Vance, on the other hand, has also done the same thing. He has some type of almost like a celebrity name here in Michigan. Well, if not, well, we could call it that almost. He is very extremely popular, and just to be going against somebody of that caliber, it was definitely a tough shot, but you were, like you said, you were right there leading the race for a while, and even just neck to neck, man. It was very exciting to see that poll there.
Oh yeah, I just want to say congratulations to Vance. A lot of people may or may not know this, but Vance is my teacher for reffing, and he did get me started into this May of 2010, and trained with him for about 3 months, and he finally put me in a cage July 30th.
Wow.
At the, I forgot the name of the bar now, or the club, but July 30th in Grand Rapids, and been at it ever since. So Vance will always be my teacher till he retires.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, thank you for sharing that, because that just adds a little bit of more flavor to the game right now, man. I didn't know that, but that's even probably a greater privilege for you to be nominated against your own teacher. I mean, how did that feel?
Well, I was actually surprised. I was actually neck and neck with him in the head most of the day, and yeah, I was quite surprised. I don't even know what to say to that. I didn't even know I was going to be ahead. I just thought I told my friend of mine earlier that day. He says, I don't mind being runner-up. And I said, I'm happy with that. I know Vance is well-trained, and I'm sure he's going to get most of the votes. And then about 4 or 5 hours later, someone texted me and said, "You're leading." I said, "What are you talking about?" And finally, I went on the internet. Sure enough, I was leading. I said, what the hell happened here? So yeah, that was kind of surprising right there.
Yeah, and you know what? I share the same feeling. I from the get-go, I plan to put this podcast in the award show. And me and Kyle, we knew since this was our first year doing this, it might have. I mean, it wasn't. I didn't expect to have a chance against veterans like Cage in the Cave and David. Those. I mean, especially David. I've even been on his show before. Early on, and so. I mean, that was just a privilege, man, to be going against big names like that. And I remember telling them, "Hey, man, I'm gonna go ahead and put my podcast in. I know I'm not gonna win, but hey, at least it's gonna get the name out there of R-rated radio for the people to know. For maybe next year I can make a run for it. So I was really only doing it as an intro, and I was surprised to have the outcome we had. So I mean, yes, I'm very even though it's my award show, I was very honored to be be a winner in my own award show, if you may. But yeah, like I said, it came to me as a surprise too, because I was going against some vets there. So
especially after only doing 8 episodes.
Right. Yeah. Just
starting out.
Fresh start. We had just started. So, but before
congratulations.
Before we go talking about too much about Already Radio, while we have you here on the line, could you tell us, for the people that haven't had the privilege to meeting you and getting to know you, a little bit about your background, where you're licensed at, just everything, anything you would want to share about you or your background as far as reffing goes?
Well, like I said, I was taught by Vicious Vance Swearden, and he's still my teacher. I got my ABC certification through U.S. veteran Mark Funnell. Been at it for about 5 years now. I am a pro ref here in the state of Michigan and Indiana. And since sanctioning starts February 10th, I believe now I could be sanctioned as a pro ref in the state of Ohio. So I'll be going for my pro license in Ohio here in a couple months. I have a few things going on. Hopefully in April, May, to go out and train under Herb Dean. I'm still waiting for the flyers to come out and the sign-up sheets so I can get signed up and head out that way.
Awesome.
Man, I was just getting ready to ask you what are your plans and stuff like that for the here future. I mean, those are good leads there.
Well, right now, like I said, just to get licensed in Ohio and try to get recertified in my ABC certification course through Herb Dean, or even Rob Hines if it comes about too. So that's about I got so far in the future, and hopefully, like I said, hopefully April, May I can get out there.
Okay. Well, I heard that. So where's the next show that you will be working at?
Actually, this coming Saturday, I'll be in Coldwater, Michigan. It's going to be Mad Men MMA and Michigan Battle League. They are combining their talents and bringing in some more talent for their show. To my understanding, the room or the hall that they had previous was too small. They were getting more and more ticket sales, so they had to remove that event from their criteria and get a bigger event so they could hold all these people. And so that's what's going on this Saturday.
And where is that again? Coldwater?
It's in Coldwater, Michigan.
Okay. And that, once again, that is going to be The Last Stand by Steve Gossett and Robert Sutton and Kerry Mitchell, correct?
As far as I know, I'm not sure what Steve's got planned after that. I know Michigan Battle League has one more, February 6th, before sanctioning starts.
Okay.
But to my understanding, I believe Robert Sutton and Kerry Mitchell will be continuing on afterwards, and I believe Steve has talked about it. So I'm not really sure of his plans. I hope he still continues. He does have great shows.
Okay. Yeah, I meant as far as I didn't mean that was going to be their last show, or whatever. I meant that's the title of their event. I think The Last Stand that they're
The Last
doing
Stand.
together. Right?
Okay, my apologies.
Yeah, no, that's I mean, good for us to share. That's been a topic around here in the R-rated radio lately about all the promotions that are gonna continue to strive to make it even past sanctioning. So, good to know that NBL will strive to stay in the game.
Yes, excellent. And also too, I just got the privileged. I just got hired here in the next couple of months to ref alongside James Lee and the big man himself, Mr. Herb Dean, April 2nd, at the Sands Casino and Lodge. I can't pronounce the first name, but I call it the Sands Casino and Lodge there, just north of Traverse City. So I get to work with those two guys there April 2nd.
Okay, well, I mean, that's if you do that, bro, please take a selfie and tag me in it, and somehow tell Herb Dean about me. I would like for him to be. I mean, I just want to. I want something. I want to be in the mix, man, with the big shots there.
Well, I think after we get done with this, maybe tomorrow we could talk off the air and see what we could do.
All right. Well, that sounds good, boss. Before we let you go, let us know. Do you have any shout-outs out there that you want to give? Any promotions? Anything? Anybody?
Well, just like I said, just about everybody in Michigan knows who I am, so shout-out to everybody. Promotions, security, Mr. Duca. Especially thanks to Vance, who got me started back 5.5 years ago. Mark Fennell, there's probably Master Bay, Master Paul, Isaiah Gatherings. He throws great shows too, kickboxing as well. Geez, I could probably go on all day with this, but Al Cooper, I can't forget Al Cooper. He just throws some insight towards my way as far as reffing goes. Hey, you should have done this. Hey, try this. Hey, why'd you call this? And so forth. He kind of keeps me on my toes.
Gotcha.
And when I first started reffing without Vance, he was sort of, in my mind, kind of watching my back to make sure that everything was cool and I was doing everything okay. And so kind of big shout out to Al Cooper, too.
Awesome. I love that, man. I love how people work together in the game, man. But
Sure.
Thanks for calling in, Doug. And, hey, thanks for being a friend of the R-Rated Radio. You're always welcome to call in. And anytime if you ever have a question or if you're watching us and have something that you want to contribute to the show, I mean, always feel free to call in, boss.
Hey, not a problem, man. Like I said, if you get a hold of me early enough and you got a topic going on, you think it's right on my alley or Vance's alley, yeah, I don't mind.
You know what? I'm going to store your number as a reference, man. If we're right here just shooting the shit about a certain topic and we need someone to weigh in on a certain issue, I'm definitely going to give you a call, boss.
Okay, not a problem, man. Hey, get a hold of me tomorrow. We'll talk more about your podcast.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Doug.
All right, have a good one, guys. Have a good night.
Have a good one, Doug.
Bye-bye.
All right. So that was Doug Gallegos. Like I said, he's one of the better refs. I wouldn't say better. I'm not gonna be the judge, but he's one of the more popular judges around the scene. Always good to and a pleasure to having him around. So, without further ado, I would like to call a friend of mine and a friend of the R-Rated Radio, Matt Frendo, the matchmaker and this year's Winner's Fist Matchmaker of the Year for the state of Michigan. I'm going to call him in, and he basically could give us a better just a recap on this show's on this weekend's shows. He was definitely there. He helped set up the fights. Well, he did set up the fights. He's the matchmaker. So I mean, we're just gonna have him give us a rundown on the show that he put together. We have gonna give him a call here. Hopefully I catch him in a good time.
Hello.
This is the Already Radio. Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with?
What's up, buddy? This is Matt Friendo.
What's going on, boss? I just got done telling everybody that you put a great card this weekend. I went over it in the beginning of the show, and can you just go and recap it for me? I know it takes a lot of hard work to put a card together. When you really take the time to match everybody. So, what's your recap on this weekend show?
Yeah, man, thanks. It was pretty crazy. Literally, we had 18 fights, 4 title fights, and every single fight the fans loved. Man, it was the loudest I've ever heard that place. We usually do our shows in the big stadium at the Deltaplex, which holds 7,000 people. The Deltaplex is home to a professional basketball team, the Grand Rapids Drive. And they had a scheduling conflict that they had to use the big arena for the basketball game. So it bumped us into it's called the West River Hall, which is basically like the Deltaplex Annex. And it still holds about 2,000, maybe 2,200 tops. And we sold that place out, man. They stopped selling tickets because we were at capacity. And it was awesome. It was literally, I still have people today messaging me, telling me that this was one of the best cards they've ever seen. And it's really the best feeling I've ever had, man. People that I don't even know coming up to me, congratulating me, and congratulating us on the success of the promotion. And you'd be surprised how many people, maybe even if they didn't even vote, how many people paid attention to that, to the Winner's Fist Awards, because Josh and I had people coming up all night that we've never even seen, first time ever coming to our show and congratulating us because they've seen about the awards we won and how this was their first time ever to the event, and how much they loved it. It was great, man. The fights were awesome. Like I said, probably Knockout Promotions has done 46 shows in 3.5 years, and this was the best show out of those 46 shows. Hands down, best show that Knockout Promotions has ever had.
Wow. And that all comes together, man, when you really put a card together. Everybody could tell. I mean, I don't care if you're it does matter, but even the novice fans that we have, when they first enter a show and for the first time they've never witnessed MMA before, even they could differentiate between a good fight and a one-sided fight. So when you have the fans, even as novice fans, come and just commend the whole show as the staff and participants, I mean, it's got to count for a lot, and we thank you. We thank you for putting this good show together and to hopefully influence others. With you being to this year's winner, hopefully other matchmakers. Not that they're not already, but it could encourage them to keep on doing the hard work they're doing and putting these great fights together. So,
absolutely, man. I definitely want to. Definitely can't do it. It wasn't just me that put the show together. I definitely have to give thanks to the entire staff. Josh Medley first and foremost. Without him, there wouldn't be a Knockout Promotion. So he definitely is the main guy there. But our whole staff, Dave the Butcher, best announcer in the game. He did a great job. He gets those guys so wound up and so pumped up to fight, and he gets that crowd so captivated in what's going on that it's really great, man. We had the two best referees that I could think of, with Vance and Cody. The timekeeper, Diana, she's the best. Photographer, video, we do Shane and Merck Sinclair. And we had a really good team, man. Everything just fell together. Like I said, the fighters were on point. They put on a show. There was maybe one fight in the entire card that wasn't like the most intense thing you'd ever seen. You know what I'm saying? It's just there was one fight that ended pretty quick that maybe shouldn't have happened, but the entire card was just crazy. And
as far as you saying, hopefully other matchmakers keep doing this, and like I said, I'm not ignorant enough to think that these other matchmakers aren't out there doing the best job they can. But man, the people voted for us, Knockout Promotions and myself, and we're just raising the bar, dude. That's all we're doing. We're raising the bar. We want other people to come out and do better than our show, so that we can do better than that.
Right.
We want the sport to grow, but at the same time, man, we got to prove we're the best now. People voted for us, and now we got to back it up. So that's what we're going to do.
Right. And no, I mean, it will look. I will say this. Everything in our craft, when we try our best to perfect it, and when we work hard at it, that's one thing. But what people fail to realize is you can't forget to have a good support system. So not only do we have to not cut corners and do our great job with our craft, but we also have to be presentable to our clients, to the customers, to the people that visit our shows, so they could vote for us and really have our backs. A lot of promotions, they may have a very well-ran promotion, but maybe their relationship with their fans is not that close to where, you know what I'm saying, they may be going and show up or whatever, but they don't. Some of these promotions have to work on building a better relationship with their fans. So I mean, in my opinion. But it goes to show that Knockout Promotions by far has one of the best followings, because you guys have a lot of support, man. When it comes down to your promotion, your announcer, your fighters, even everybody got really, really high votes, and that falls back on your support group, man. Congrats on building that. So once again, I mean,
thank you, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, boss. And I mean, do you have anything that you would like to just shout out, or anybody out there? I know you shouted out your staff or anything, but I mean, anything last minute?
I mean, obviously everybody that had a helping hand in putting the show on, and especially the fighters. Like I said, they literally, every single one of those fighters on that card put on the show. Congratulations to all the new title holders. Jen Strazazar and Brooke Martin captured the titles. First time for them holding a KOP title. Brett Martin and Sean Rosenkrantz retained their titles, so congratulations to them. Congratulations to everybody that came out victorious, and those who did not, keep working hard, get in the gym, and turn that around the next time you step in.
All right. Well, I heard that, bro. Have everybody you shouted out, man, tune in the our channel and subscribe to us so they could review this podcast today. Everything that we shoot is live, but it goes into archives, and you could always watch it. So just go ahead and spread our word if you will, boss.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you don't have anything else, man, thanks for coming on, bro, and well, have a good night.
Thanks, man. You too.
Yep.
Bye.
So I'm sorry, I got a text message coming in here from one of my fight buddies there. So this before I make this phone call, this concludes this week's recap of the show this weekend and the whole fighter of the week process. So I'm gonna take a phone call for those of you that want to stick around and just kind of follow us for this. We have a phone. I mean, I'm gonna make a phone call to a friend of mine called Steve Clark from the Bulldog Fight Team. Kind of unsure where this is gonna go, but well, let's check it out. See what our buddy Steve Clark has to say.
What's up?
What's going on, Steve? It's the R-Rated Radio.
Oh, man. What up, man?
Welcome on.
Hey, this is a cool little gig that you got going, man. This is pretty neat.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Kyle did most of the work. I'm just here kind of looking good with my cool hats.
The hat, man. I got to get that hat.
And you know what, man? If you come on the R-Rated Radio, it's yours. I'm gonna leave it right here. I'm gonna bring it next time I come. So, I remember just last week I was trying to have you guys join us, man. I had inbox man about maybe 5 or 6 of your guys just to kind of bring you into the Winner's Fist and have you guys contribute. I know there was a lot of heavy feedback coming my way last year that I had to go through or whatever. So I don't know if that had anything to do with the reason why I didn't have a lot of participation from Indiana, but Michigan, however, I mean everybody voted. It was a good results like last year. But do you have anything to say about that or weigh in on that or anything that you want to talk about?
I got a question for you. So what is how do you think Michigan MMA is going to survive after the whole sanctioning? How do you think it's gonna who do you think is gonna fall out, and who do you think is gonna survive? Because I don't think a lot of people in Southwest are gonna really survive. But go ahead.
Right. Most will be gone.
Yeah. I mean that's the whole thing, bro. I mean seriously, that's what was making this next year, 2016, exciting because it's kind of like it's gonna be a fight to see these promotions that haven't been around for a long time to make it and be able to compete with the big ones like TWC, WXC, the big Donna Frio promotions. The big promotions that I'm pretty sure will carry on. And I mean, yeah, you're right. It's just gonna be a few. It's not gonna be as many, but that's what makes it exciting, man.
I think one thing that's gonna have to happen. People are obviously gonna have to, promoters are gonna have to have the money for sure, but they're also gonna have to have standards to follow. And a lot of people I don't think they really agree with the whole standards as far as blood work, maybe carrying insurance for the fighters. I mean, maybe they agree with it, but they don't want to pay the money to agree with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Absolutely, that's a good thing though, because that'll weed out a lot of these bad promotions.
Right, yeah, for sure.
If you're not trying to throw the money at it for blood work or for sanctioning or anything like that, then it'll kind of weed itself out. So on the whole, I mean, it's a really good thing.
And it'll weed out a lot of the scrub fighters. I'm not saying by any means I'm top 10 anywhere, like anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
But you're well trained.
Top 50. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But there's a lot of scrubs that will get weeded out. A lot of wannabes. A lot of, hey, I do MMA to look cool.
Right. Weekend warriors.
It's not like that. Yeah. It's there's a lot of people that'll go out there and Facebook talk when it comes push comes to shove and it's time to throw a fist at each other. They cower down like little puppies.
Man, we've seen it, bro. We hate to see it, and you know what? Just to go off on that, man, I agree. I remember fighting in Indiana before it got sanctioned, and we kind of had similar promotions over here. I saw a lot of shady shit going on in Indiana as well before it got sanctioned. Now,
it really cleaned up.
Right? Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
It cleaned up a lot.
Yeah. There's no more bar fights, for one.
Right.
So, I mean, but, the whole thing with Michigan, you won't believe how many people agree with what you just said. Seriously, man, when you meet the promotions that really, they fail to cut any corners. They do everything by the book. I mean, these promotions are glad that sanctioning is coming on. They have no problem meeting these requirements, but there's the other ones. And, fuck it, I'll go ahead and shout him out. What's up, Joel Chapman? You my guy, bro. But there's a lot of shit with, and not only your promotion if you're listening, but there's a lot of promotions out there, man, and just kind of a lot of corners, man. And I agree with you. I've been in fights, Steve. Get this, I've been in fights that I didn't even have water, bro. Water. The main thing for some promotion to have, like after I couldn't even drink water. I had to go find, you know what I mean? So
I went up and wrapped Josh Havenier's hands. Me and Drew went up to a show in Adrian, Michigan that was in a horse barn.
Yeah,
I shit you not, in a horse barn, dude. It was the sketchiest
That's
thing.
That's like some
I
Here Comes
have
the Boom
seen.
type shit.
Yeah, it was just terrible, like chickens running around and shit.
Right.
Like just completely asinine. No reason for it.
But yeah, I agree with you, man. It's definitely going to weed out a lot of what should I use? What word should I use?
Shady promotion.
Shady promotions, shady fighters, shady everything. By them having to get licensed and pay that extra buck,
it's gonna put legitimacy back into
exactly.
Michigan MMA.
Exactly. And like I said, you know what? Once that happens and Michigan's on that level, I think Michigan will bring better competition to their surrounding states like Indiana, Illinois, and Ohio. Because
it'll take a few years. I guarantee, maybe just a couple years. But yeah, they'll get it right on track. I think so. And one guy, he did a show back. It wasn't this past year; it was the year before that. Me and Tyler, I believe me and Tyler were the only people from Bulldog that came up and
Bruce.
Bruce.
Yep.
Yeah, he did a show up there, and it was a good show and everything. And there wasn't a lot of the guys didn't sell tickets like he wanted to.
Right.
Wanted them to. Didn't fill the crowd and everything. And ultimately he wasn't able to pay the fighters some of their ticket money and so. But hats off to him because he did everything in his power that he could without money for say to help fighters.
Yeah.
We got these cool little bags, I don't know,
Right.
it was just like he helped us out. He put us in a hotel, and it was pretty cool. Another guy that, has a really good promotion in Michigan is that I fought at is Scott Johnson. Scott Johnson has a really good show. He takes care of fighters, man. Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah. I really like him a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Scott Johnson has always been a real good people person, man. Great guy to work with. And like I said, yeah, he's one of the pioneers, man. He's how long has he been doing show, Kyle? I mean, back in the Goshen.
Long time. Yeah, back at Peddler's Village.
Peddler's Village. Yeah.
It's been a long time since those fights were even.
Yeah, and then him and Todd got together, and they threw promotions together.
I think the last of the Peddler's Village fights were even before the Tapped Out fights.
Oh yeah, bro.
Way before that.
Yeah, way before that. Years before that. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna take some time, but I support it, bro. I support it, even though it may be tough and everything. I support it because I think in the end, it's gonna just make everybody step their game up. And the thing with ticket sales, that's a common problem that happens with a lot of people, bro. Not just Michigan. And you know what? I had the problem myself selling tickets. And people say oh, Eli, you have a good name, or people know you. You're gonna sell 100 tickets. No, I fucking can't. Seriously, I'm not saying I can't, but it takes time. I mean, it takes definitely time out of your life, man, for you to be hunting down these people. It's like busting serves, man.
You always got these people, man. You always got these people after the fight. They're like, "Oh man, just let me know when your next fight is, man. I'll buy a ticket." And then after that, they're just like nowhere to be found.
Exactly.
Especially when you're trying to sell tickets. Yeah, I agree. Selling tickets is hard, man. But my guy Tyler Huffnagel, Spider Monkey, he's got it down pat, man. He knows how to sell tickets.
He's got a hell of a crowd.
He has a big following, bro.
Every time.
You like people like Tyler, bro. People like Mike Junk. God damn,
they don't.
Oh yeah,
they don't take a fight off, man.
Junk can sell tickets. Yeah.
Right. And like I just kept telling everybody, that comes on the show, it's about your support group. You could be a badass fighter, but if you're antisocial, if you're a dick, if you're not really marketable, and you don't build a good following, you're not gonna have support. You're just not. And I think that's why that and tickets is a big reason why we need managers. I think we need managers for people like, because then, we have people like me that want to do everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I want to have my own thing. I want to have, and don't want to benefit from other people's services, and that's just the way I am, because I try to, kind of tap into the most things I can. But, for guys that are like that, man, and they don't want to team up with anybody. They want to do everything on their own. They end up suffering the cost, bro, because with good management, or if you have somebody making moves for you, marketing you, making more marketable, making your name better, just gaining sponsorships, all of this stuff, to make you a better athlete or a product, so to say. It's definitely going to be necessary. I think guys can benefit from having a manager. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, I'm right there for you, like with what you're saying and everything. But I feel like as a Emmy, you should you should have to do that yourself. As a pro, yeah, for sure.
Right.
You should have a manager. I feel like that should kind of be like your coach. Like say,
yeah, I agree with you.
Like on Bulldog, our manager would probably be, at the Emmy. I feel like more Travis is more the manager for the Emmys and everything.
Right, but even at this level, it's nice to have somebody that's got your best interest in mind and somebody that's looking out.
Right, and that's what he's saying. Travis will probably do those moves for his squad.
Yeah, and then Todd does. He still manages the Emmys and everything for sure. He manages the Emmys, but he's when you turn pro, man, he's pushing to try to get you. If you're winning and everything, and he's pushing to try to get you to the big show. That's how I feel.
Right.
And there's other coaches around here that that are big names and stuff like Top Notch, and he'll push to get you to the big show too. If you're a pro.
Right. Yeah.
Like Rob Alexander, he just had I believe that's his name. He just had a big win, his pro debut, and he's out of Top Notch. He used to fight around here.
Huh.
You guys know what I'm talking about?
No. Rob Alexander?
He fought Derek Dzinski at one of the
shows. Bro, you're talking about the light-skinned dude, right? The tall guy?
Yeah. He just had his pro debut. He fights out of Top Notch.
Okay, yeah, I know him. He's Norman's nephew, I think.
Yeah, yep.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he fought for MFL before, right?
Yeah, at the Cove.
Right. That's what you just said, didn't you?
Yeah, and I think he fought in another show too. I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me, but yeah, he just, like I said, he had his pro debut and he just slaughtered the dude that he fought. Completely destroyed him.
Yeah, I went and sparred with him, man, at Top Notch this summer, and I couldn't fuck with him, man. His knees, man. Like, we're over sparring, his fucking knees come to my head, like, with no... He's so tall, you know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah. I sparred with him over at Top Notch also. He's an animal, man. He's long, too.
Right. But yeah, man, I mean, thanks for coming on today, bro. Do you have anything else to contribute to the show, or any shout-outs you want to send out or anything?
Oh, well, of course, Bulldogs. I'm not, I haven't really been to the fight scene a lot here lately. I've been kind of doing the whole family thing and, trying to get my life together and everything. But,
do you have plans for a comeback?
I talked about it, man, but it probably won't be till late this year, man. So I'm still trying to get everything, in my life squared away. But yeah, I'll for sure end up doing one more. I just don't know when it's going to be.
And that's something we were talking about the other day with Romaro joined us, and he still took a step back from the game for a while, and that's kind of what we were going over, man. It's kind of necessary sometimes, if you don't have everything squared away in your life, it affects your performance. So that comes first, man. Before you're a fighter, you got to be a man and handle your business. So, salute to you, man. Handle your business, and whenever you get back in, or just, hey, as a matter of fact, whenever you get back in or whatever, man, I'd love to promote you. So feel free to call in, and I could shout your name out here or whatever, man.
That sounds good, man. I appreciate that. Like you said, I'm not gonna. I know as myself, I'm not gonna go to the UFC. I'm not gonna go to the big show. That's always been a dream of mine. But there comes a time where you have to kind of look at your dreams and just be like, you know what? I don't have the time to commit to that. I just, I have a family I got to take care of. So, but I do enjoy fighting. So I'll probably end up doing it again for sure.
Right. All right. Just to let you know, out the winner's fist, the MFL was nominated for best promotion of the year, and they were going against HFC, and MFL got the most wins. So technically, MFL is this year's winners for the winner's fist. So I don't know. Let Todd know that, man. I don't know if you would even care, but hell, I just figured I'd tell you, man. That's what the word is.
he'll probably care how many votes, like who all voted for it.
I'd have to go back. I'd have to go back to the poll, but it literally, if you go on there, it'll tell you who voted. Like it's still on there right now. So.
That's cool. Well, yeah. Shout out to all the Bulldogs. Tyler, Ed. I don't know if any of them are listening. Lance, everybody. Travis, Todd, all the Brooke, Claire, everybody.
Hey, when is the next MFL show, by the way?
Don't quote me, but I believe it's in March. Maybe mid-March.
Yeah, second or third week. I think it was a 12, but yeah, don't quote me either. I'm not sure, but yeah, sometime in March. Be looking out for MFL here in South Bend Century Center for everybody that's listening. But yeah, Steve, if you don't have anything else to contribute, this concludes this session of the Already Radio.
All right, cool. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thanks for calling in, man.
All right, thanks, boss.
All right, later.
You got anything else you wanted to go over? You wanted to do UFC or?
Yeah. I want to pass it over to you, bro, and just kind of go over this weekend's fights.
I actually watched the fights on Periscope, so I only watched the co-main and main. It's actually a really cool app. I'll show you after the show.
Cool.
The co-main was Stipe Miocic and Andrei Arlovski. Andrei Arlovski, to me, showed up looking kind of out of shape, and he got KO'd, I think, in the first 52 seconds.
I was wondering about that, man.
I don't know, man. Like, he didn't look good against Mir. Like, he looked awesome against
Do you think he put the same amount of dedication he did in his last training camp?
I do, but at what point, you hit that age? You know what I mean? You hit that too many punches.
He's been around for a while, bro. And I mean, Arlovski's a monster.
He's an animal, and he's taken a lot of knockout losses too.
Right.
So I mean, like he didn't really have time to open up though either. So I can't really say. 50 seconds isn't enough time to. But Stipe Miocic is an animal, and he caught him.
Right.
He caught him, and he went out. And then the main event, which was Carlos Condit and Robbie Lawler, was a 5-round war.
Yeah, I can't stop hearing about it. It's all over Facebook.
Amazing fight.
They said it's the best welterweight fight ever, possibly. So.
Either that or Lawler and McDonald, man. Lawler's putting on fights, man. He's Dana
said that he thought, or he had Condit winning that fight with Lawler. What do you think?
I had Condit winning for sure.
Yeah.
Wow. I think but there's an old saying: to be the champ, you have to beat the champ.
Right.
And he didn't beat the champ.
Right.
It went to decision. It was a razor close fight.
Right.
It could have went either way. I had it for Condit. I had 3-2 Condit.
Right.
It went down to a split decision. So, and Lawler took it. But it was a hell of a fight, man. It's definitely one to go back and watch over if you get a chance.
Sure. I'll definitely will. From the I didn't get a chance to see it this weekend, but from the hype on Facebook, man, is definitely a must see for those out there that haven't had the privilege of watching it either.
Right.
What else you got for UFC news?
That was all I had for that card. I didn't watch any of the other ones. I guess the Fight Pass fight between Dustin Poirier and Pat Duffy was supposed to be a banger too. That got the most views of all time on Fight Pass for any fight.
Oh wow!
For any undercard fight.
Wow.
And I haven't got a chance to go through and watch that one yet. And the only other thing I had that I really wanted to talk about, did you see the Donald Trump's commercial today?
Nah, what was it?
He released his first commercial in his campaign.
God, I wish we could play it right now.
And it was god awful and ridiculous. He went on a tangent about beheading ISIS, which is fine.
Right.
But then he also went on a tangent about putting up a wall to keep illegals out.
Well, you know what? That's not crazy. The crazy part about that is he thinks that they're going to pay for it. From my understanding, isn't it?
Well, taxpayers will pay for it, but...
Well, I thought he was trying to get Mexico to pay for it.
There's no way in hell.
That's what I'm saying. Chapo's not going to pay for that shit. I mean,
there's no way in hell I want to pay for that shit.
Right.
It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, how am I going to build a wall to make it harder for me to bring my drugs across?
My thing is, dude, is there's a lot of a lot of bad people trying to get in right now.
Right.
And that's everywhere, though. They're trying to get in where they can and do bad shit. But this is a country built on immigrants.
Right.
Obviously, the people coming from Ellis Island and all that stuff. Migrating here and in the 30s and 40s to have a better life, and that's what this country kind of prides itself on and is kind of founded on. And for us to turn people away now,
right,
is kind of ridiculous.
And at the same time, though,
in the way they're trying to do it,
I see the need of something. Something needs to take place.
The system is definitely flawed. I would agree with that.
Well, yeah, there's no argument there. But what do we do? Do we just completely change our radical? I mean, into a radical way of thinking?
It's been flawed since we gave the Indians dirty blankets.
Right. Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. And it's just gonna be exciting to see Michigan next year just deal with the sanctioning, just like it's gonna be exciting for America to deal with this new campaign Donald Trump is gonna be bringing. But I mean, for that, we will have another show and we will have more news on the trending issues along with our Fighter of the Week next week on Monday. So join us live next Monday at 7 p.m. Here in the All Rated Radio. And please feel free to tell your friends about us and tell them to join us and subscribe. So without further ado, here goes Mr. Johnny O. Johnny O, are you there, my man?
We want to thank you for tuning in to R Rated Radio. Real talk, real events, no bull. On behalf of the two guys that love what they do, Kyle Forrester and Eli Cantu, you'll see us next time, and we'll see you on podcast, R-Rated Radio. Good night, folks. Till next time, this is Johnny O saying, here we go, here we go.
Hulk out.